Hello everybody, it's Barbara and welcome to Pick a Stack Wednesday. Best day of the week. We're starting off with this beautiful Lemurian Saint Germain singing bell because it just makes everything feel better. So this is charging up me and you and the doggies. There's a little doggy right there and a big doggy right down there. They are bringing in their energy as well today. If you're new to Pick a Stack, this is what we do here. You think of an idea, issue, or question pertaining to yourself, your loved ones, your community, or the world. And then you choose a stack. We have 3 stacks. And today, stack number 1 is the Spirit Song Tarot by Paulina Cassidy. And you get 1 card from each stack, and we're going to do a reading on that 1 card. Stack number 2 is the Tarot of Dragons. And if you know me, you know I love dragons. This is by Sean Mackenzie. We are also joined by this lovely dragon. This one is filled with clear quartz and copper. Very fiery. And speaking of fire, we have our little fire dragon. Do you want to join us? Because you're saying, hey, come here. There's our little fire dragon. Isn't he just a little muppet? Stop digging in the couch. If you chose stack number 3, you get Sacred Spirit reading card deck. This is an oracle, so that's Anna Stark. So those are the 3 stacks. I highly encourage you to listen to the whole video or watch the whole video because there might be something in stack 3 that pertains to you and you chose stack 1 or 2. You never know. I always get something out of each stack myself, and I just got to go with that. So let's just do this one more time. It is the middle of October. Well, we actually crossed that middle line. Not this weekend, but next weekend, we have a super full moon with an eclipse, and it's Halloween weekend. So you've got your Day of the Dead, you've got Halloween, you've got super full moon. We're in the middle of the other eclipse and the one coming up. And so this is a very, very powerful time. This is the time when you need to be looking at your own lives and deciding what your next chapter is going to look like. So hopefully you're doing that. The thing is, do we know? Do we really know? I don't know. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But you can always set an intention. And remember, make it general, because if you make it specific, the universe will go, well, I was going to give you this, which is 10 times better, but since you asked for that, all right, we'll give you that. So make it general. Like if you want that new house, make it be the perfect house for you and let the universe pick it, because you never know. The universe will have something so much better than what you had in mind. And that applies to everything. All right. Angus, we're not going to chew on the singing bell, okay? Or this. He's looking at them like, hey, new toys. All right. If you chose stack number 1, we're going to get a card from the Spirit Song Tarot. Flying out already. So I meditated this morning. And to all my spirit guides and guardians who live in the light, who watch over me, who love me, who guide, guard, and protect me. Hey, I didn't even get to finish my sentence. Thank you for giving us a card. So, we got a major arcana. This is card number 5. Now, in some decks, this would be the Hierophant. But in this deck, it's the Shaman card. And it is represented by a great winged bird. This is all about our connection to the divine, God, creator, source, great spirit. This is a reminder, and we've been getting so many of these. We all have, if you've been paying attention. This is our reminder that our connection to the divine is literally the most important thing that you can have these days. The most important thing. You've already got survival mode down, right? You've got sources for food and clothing and a place to live, whether you are living in somebody else's abode. Because I know some people are like, oh man, I gotta live with my parents and I'm an adult. You know what? You have a place to live. You're not living in a tent on the street. So you do have a place to live. You have all your base needs met. You know, in Maslow's hierarchy, the base needs, that's that foundation. It's safety, security, home. It's the physical reality. We all have that because anybody that's alive has it. Your base needs are met. Now, what goes above that is your emotional needs, your spiritual needs, even your intellectual needs. But this card is reminding us, if you chose stack number 1, that right now, our spiritual needs are very, very important. We are in the middle of this spiritual war, which is why we need to be smudging ourselves, smudging our space, smudging our vehicles, smudging everything. If everybody would smudge their personal space, the whole world would be a better place. Now, what is smudging? Smudging is utilizing, working with our higher selves and our spirit guides and God and Jesus and Great Spirit, whoever resonates with you out there, your deities, working with them to remove the low frequency energies, the entities with malicious intentions. That's what we need to be doing. Don't worry about the physical world right now, okay? It's all distractions. It's to distract you from having your connection to God, Creator, Source, Great Spirit, the Divine. This is our number one thing we should be working on every day. If you're eating and breathing, you got that down. This is what we need to practice on. And yeah, practice. You got to practice. Nobody's going to be at that perfect stage. We can be close to it, but we need to practice this every day. We need to practice that that access to the spiritual realms. And Althea's going to give us an affirmation because I think she's going to go bark at the window. Althea, thank you for that affirmation, honey. So this shaman card doesn't mean you need to become a shaman. It doesn't mean you are a shaman. It means to raise yourself up to work on your spiritual connection, not even status. I was going to say status, but that's not the right word. Althea, come on, honey. There's somebody outside she's going to bark at. The bird, this is a bird of prey. This bird, whether it's a hawk, an eagle, or a falcon, whatever, it doesn't matter. They fly high. They are closer to the divine than if they're on the ground. They see things from a higher perspective. Sometimes, something that happens to us in this reality, we think of as a bad thing. But if we could be up here as a bird, we would see that that was the universe's way of clearing the path for us. And I have an example. Maybe 7 years ago, I didn't live in the building I live in now. And so I was driving home with my son. And I was speeding. I admit it. It's out back country road, And all of a sudden, I just knew I'm going to get pulled over. And sure enough, up over this hill is a county sheriff. And I was like, okay. I told my son, just don't say anything, okay? And so as soon as he flipped his lights on, I was like, okay, I'm pulling over. And I got a warning. And while he was back in his car doing his thing on the computer, I asked my guides, why did I get pulled over? In the middle of nowhere, why did I get pulled over? And you know what they said? They said, because if we didn't stop you, you were going to get T-boned about a mile up the road, and you and your son would have died. The county sheriff came up, and I said, can I shake your hand? I just want to say thank you. And he looked at me like I was crazy. Two things went on there. One, I was expressing my gratitude, and I wanted to kind of show my young son that, you know what, these people are good people. I didn't want him to be afraid. So everything worked out for the best. He got a story about some weird lady, and we got to live. And so sometimes if we think this thing that's happened in our lives is bad, no, it's to open up doors or close doors or present a new path or to save your life. So if there's something going on in your life right now and you're like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? There's a reason. There's a reason, but you can't see it because you're not flying up high. So meditate on it. Ask your spirit guides, okay, why is this happening? Is this opening a door or closing a door for me? Is this putting somebody new in my life that's going to affect my life in a positive way? And I just got goosebumps like on my left side. So that means this message is for a woman. Like it's going all the way up my neck and my head. There's a woman out there, or there's a woman coming into your life if you're a man. There's some kind of feminine energy that needs to hear this. So if something is going on in your life, there's a reason for it. You just don't know what it is. So ask your spirit guides. Why did I get pulled over today? To save your life. So pay attention. Ask the questions, but then be prepared to be aware of the signs coming in with the answers. Okay? If you're not clairvoyant, psychic, and getting the answers that way, ask them for a sign and make it obvious. That's what I always say. Give me a sign and make it obvious. But then pay attention to everything around you for those signs and answers. Okay? So there is a higher reason for whatever you're going through. Oof. Love it. And I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a garbage truck back there somewhere going beep, 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 when they back up. And to me, that was an affirmation for everything I just said. We'll take it. All right. Let's do some singing bell. We'll cleanse that space. We'll charge up the puppy. Do you need charging? I don't think so. All right, that was stack number 1. If you chose stack number 2, you are going to get a card from the Tarot of Dragons. So, spirit guides, what do our stack 2 people need to know today? What message do you have for them? We had card number 5, Shaman, in stack number 1. That would be the one. Nope. I'll get that puppy doodle. Angus was going to help. So I don't know if I manifested this or I psychically received it, because while I was shuffling in my head, I thought, what if we got the same card in a different deck? Guess what we just got? The same card that we got in stack number 1. So in stack number 2, we have card number 5, the Hierophant. In stack number 1, we had card number 5, would be the Hierophant, but in that deck it's called the Shaman. So interestingly, here's the Shaman card. Here's the Hierophant card in this deck. It has very shaman-like qualities, doesn't it? It shows a temple with a jaguar and a chameleon and some kind of monkey and a snake, and then this beautiful phoenix dragon. Now, are we going to get the same reading in stack number 2 as in stack number 1? No, because in this deck, this is the phoenix dragon. The phoenix rises from the ashes. Phoenix is on a temple. We were talking about seeing things from a higher perspective. We still need to see things from a higher perspective. However, this is about rising from the ashes. This is about, stack number 1 was seeing it from a higher perspective. This is about the actual physical act of rising above that. Get on it. Whatever you need to do, you need to participate in this. You need to, whenever we're manifesting something, it's great to pray for it, do a ritual, do something with our altar, do a spell, do a charm, whatever. But you have to do something. And the Phoenix Dragon reminds us of that we have to participate. We have to physically participate, not just spiritually participate, but physically participate. To rise above the ashes, to rise above whatever it is we're going through right now, to rise above the demons or attachments that are attached to us, to rise above the fact that we just lost someone or something. We have to rise above it. It is why we are here in this reality. We came here to experience things. And that means we came to experience love and happiness and joy, but also sadness and sorrow and loss and grief. But our job when we're down there is to rise above it. And so that's what this is all about. If you look at this card, this is not a sad card. This is not a sad card. Look at the colors. It's so beautiful and joyous because the Phoenix Dragon has risen above everything. If you don't know the story of the Phoenix, the Phoenix rises from the ashes. I just got to point this out. You guys can't see this. So in stack number 1, I was talking about being pulled over, and outside the window right there, somebody just got pulled over, or sometime in the last few minutes. So the flashing lights are coming through the window, and it just makes me laugh because it's like, man, I better be careful what I'm talking about because I'm manifesting things in this video. Sorry, you should have been more careful. Okay, Phoenix, rising from the ashes. Our job is to rise above whatever we're going through, whatever physical things we're going through, whatever mental things we're going through, whatever emotional things we're going through, whatever spiritual things we're going through. And you guys, the dark side is trying everything to attack us at this time because we are in the spiritual war. And we have to rise above all that low frequency energy. I've been attacked. She's barking at the police officer who's out of his car. Althea. I told her she had to be good and not bark. You see who's in charge here, right? So, I totally, Thea, you made me forget what I was talking about. See, these are always, this is you and me just having a chat. This is not, some highfalutin thing. We're just chatting here. Informal with dogs. You never know what's going to happen. So this is all about us rising above everything that we're going through, rising above the attachments, rising above the demons, rising above whatever's attacking you. What's attacking you? Are you having nightmares? Are you feeling anxious? Do you know something has latched onto you? We have to rise above that. We have to be the light. You have to know that every cell of this body and all the spaces between all the cells is pure light. You and this physical body are pure light. You can rise above this. Yes, you can ask for help, but know that you can also resolve this yourself. You have the power. The phoenix. Do you think that this phoenix dragon, had to get the help of the jaguar and the snake and the chameleon and the monkey to get up on top of that temple? No. That phoenix dragon went up by itself. It flew, it climbed, it crawled, whatever it took to get up there. This is the time when you can redefine yourself. You get to be reborn. Okay? Phoenix dragon, Hierophant. How cool is that we got the same card from 2 different decks? Well, we can't get that card again in this deck for stack number 3 because this isn't a tarot deck. But let's see. First, let's do a little cleansing. That was stack number 2. I love it. If you chose stack number 3, you get a card from the Sacred Spirit Reading deck. Hi, I know you've had an exciting morning. Thea, maybe you could go lie down now. Can you go lie down? Oh, such a tough job for a puppy. Do you want to see the cards? If you're just listening, that was Angus wondering what I was doing with these cards. Okay. In stack number 3, it's not card number 5. We had card number 5 in stack number 1, card number 5 in stack number 2, both major arcanas. And in this deck, we get card number 7, Celestial Gatekeeper. And I just have to point out that, what is it? Oh, it's a bird of prey. Again, a bird of prey. So we've got all 3 cards from 3 different decks saying we have to be way up here looking at things from a higher perspective. Can't make this up. This card also says timing is critical. So let's see what card number 7 says in the book. Let's see what their perspective is. And this is Anna Stark. The eagle is considered a sacred animal in many cultures. Unafraid of confrontation, the resilience and unshakable confidence and courage that eagles demonstrate ensure that their presence is felt. Their commanding and majestic presence, soaring high above the land, demands your respect when you reside or walk within it. Flying in between the realms of earth and spirit, these majestic animals are celestial gatekeepers, transporting spiritual communication between the heavenly gateways. Eagles have always been closely associated with God or a spiritual higher power. The Aztecs, Sumerians, Romans, Egyptians, and Native Americans all view the eagle as a sacred bird that empowered the people below them. Many ancient and modern cultures adopt the eagle as their spiritual icon. The freedom and wisdom these majestic birds represent are inspiring. These predatory birds rely upon their vision and ability to read wind currents to survive in their natural habitats. The sacred relationship between the Mongols and the golden eagle signify the power and respect these beautiful eagles represent and are considered more valuable than human relationships as they depend upon them for their own survival in the Siberian wilderness. You know, they use the golden eagle as a hunter. So the eagle can see where the food is and attack, and then they share the food with the humans. Right now, you require a clear focus of what is ahead of you. Your timing is critical. While you may have a sense of urgency, it is important not to rush. Think about the issue or circumstances carefully before you act. Ensure that you have planned your forward process. All decision making needs to be carefully considered before you jump in prematurely. Make sure you have all the facts in front of you. Now, I find that really interesting because I've been discovering that as well, that it is not the time to just react. It is the time to act, which means we have to take a step back, take some deep breaths, consider our next step carefully, and then make a move. Eagles are deeply connected to the celestial realm, just as you are. Be aware of the eagle's subtle messages as they are encouraging you to raise and elevate your vibration to build a divine relationship, a celestial pathway with a higher source. Pay attention to dense or lower energies so you can learn how this interaction affects your personal energy. It's exactly what's been going on in stack 1 and stack 2. We have to be up here. This is a spiritual battle. We are all in. We are all in, okay? And we don't take this lightly because our souls are at stake. Literally our souls. You don't want to lose your soul. You don't want to sign on the dotted line with the devil, giving away your soul in exchange for fame and fortune. You don't want to do that. Or, whatever it is that you want. You don't want to give your soul away. Don't sign it away. Don't lose it, because right now we are in the spiritual war and we are all being attacked. Whether you know it or not, we are all being attacked. The higher your frequency, the more they like to attack you because they want to take you down, which is why if you're the tie-dyed sheep in the family, you have family members that want to bring you down to their level. And it's not their fault. They're just uncomfortable with your high frequency. It's not that they don't like you. You have nothing to do with it. It's your energy field. Whatever's attached to them is not comfortable with your high frequency, because everything comes down to frequency. Everything. All this physical stuff, it's a frequency. I have a frequency. You have a frequency. That dog has a frequency. That dog has a frequency. That plant, that rock, all frequencies. Your job is to rise above, just like the phoenix, just like the falcon or the eagle in stack number 1, just like this eagle. Rise above. The affirmation that goes with this card says, I resonate with divine order. My soul is activated to the highest vibration. My soul is activated to the highest vibration. And when I say that, I get goosebumps everywhere. My soul is activated to the highest vibration. This physical body is activated to its highest vibration. When you vibrate high, you don't get sick. When you vibrate low, that's where illness lives, is down there. So, would you rather be unhappy and ill and have a low vibe? Or would you rather be healthy and happy and have a high vibe? And all the cool kids hang out here. Just saying. All of us rainbow, unicorn, angelic, high vibing people. We all hang out up here, and most of us are healthy. You know why? Because we were down here, we experienced it, and we don't want to stay there. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. So, all 3 cards today are telling us, raise your vibration. Rise above whatever it is you're going through. All 3 decks said it today in different ways, but the same way. Rise above. What's coming for us can be very scary, but it's only scary if your frequency is low. If your frequency is high, you're not going to be scared because you know that you're part of this glorious team out there and they got you. I'm not scared of what's coming. No, because fear has a frequency of like 4. I live in 880. Love. It's way out there. Live in love, because then you're not afraid of anything. And you know, in your heart, you can only have one of 2 things in your heart, either fear or love. That's it. Either fear or love. You get to pick every day. And most people pick fear because that's what they've been programmed to do. That's what they're used to. And it's so much easier to go with what you've been programmed with. I say, go with love. Anytime that you have a fearful thought, surround it with love. Imagine a big pink cloud. My clouds are cotton candy because they're sticky. And so if a fear rises up, I'm like, nope, I'm going to surround you in this pink, sticky cloud of love. And I'm going to transform that fear into something beautiful. A big, pink, sticky cloud. Just think about it. You get the choice. You get to choose every single day. So choose wisely. Because shit's hitting the fan. And you can either be above the fan or, you know, in its way. Just saying. Thank you for joining me on today's very powerful Pick a Stack Wednesday. If you're still here, I am sending you blessings of love, light, peace, joy, happiness, success, divine health, and all good things, because I know you're worthy, and I know you deserve all good things. Namaste, my beautiful soul family. Mwah. Blessings.